Yes. What's going on, people? Tech Jamo. So yeah, as you heard, we're out here with the Poco F3, £289 on Amazon Prime Day, and I think even now, as of standard, it's £330. Now, just to put that into perspective for you, that is cheaper than the Mi 11 Lite. Yeah, cheaper. This is cheaper than this. Now, if we go into the unboxing, it's a lovely experience, fam. Like, you get the phone, you get the charger, you get the charging cable, you even get a little condom case which will give it extra grip but not really extra protection. And yeah, you get everything that you should get in a phone box. Everything that you should get. Manufacturers should not be taking out the charging bricks in their phones. Now, the design it's okay. It definitely is a mid-range design. I wouldn't think that this is an expensive phone. The back of the phone feels very plasticky. It looks very plasticky, especially in this white. You've kind of got metal trim around the sides, which does, mark it up a little bit and make it feel a little bit more premium. The screen as well, is edge to edge with the little front-facing selfie camera there. I do prefer it in the middle, and you've obviously got that young side-mounted fingerprint, which for me is the best place to have a fingerprint sensor if you're not going to have it on the back of the phone. Now, the back of the phone, it's the standard procedure thing. You've got the two camera sensors there. And you got the Poco brand in here. Now, if we're talking display, we've got a 1080p panel again, so not the highest density panel that you can get. No 2K YouTube on here, but you're still gonna get the regular 1080p Netflix and 1080p YouTube and 1080p whatever you're watching, which is more than good enough for most. You also get a 120 hertz refresh rate, and me personally, I think 120 hertz is it's the sweet spot. It's right there for that optimum gaming and just phone use performance. The screen also gets quite bright in direct sunlight. However, I haven't had any direct sunlight so far. It's mostly been clouds, but it looks quite decent in broad daylight anyway. And it does get quite dim at night time as well, so it knows when to dim and when not to dim. And the automatic dimming is quite decent, and let me not sleep on that fact, because I've had phones in the past which got very bright and they got very dark, but the auto dimming algorithm was ridiculous to the point where it would be so bright at nighttime and it would be very dim during the day, and it was just, I had to manually change the brightness all the time, which it's just long. So yeah, the auto dimming is on point. Now let's talk audio. When you think this price point, yeah, £300 price point for a phone, you're thinking mono speaker at the bottom, which is easy to cover up, sounds very tinny, rubbish, won't even use it, just use headphones. However, that is not the case with this phone. This phone actually has stereo speakers, one at the bottom, one at the top. So when you're listening to any content at all, it sounds full range, fam, like it sounds proper good. Now, it's not the loudest pair of front-facing speakers I've heard. However, it's decent enough where you can use it in the quiet room or just about use it outside if there's not too much traffic in the background. Same goes for call quality. Call quality is quite decent on the earpiece and on the loudspeaker. However, I feel like on loudspeaker, it's not as loud as I would have expected, but that might be my hearing because I had the same thought for the Galaxy S21 Ultra. Now, daily use and performance, yeah? So I'm talking Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all them things there. It's legit. Like, the Snapdragon 870 kills any of them things right there. I'm not too sure about MIUI right yet. Like, it seems quite stock and most of the things are quite easy to use and everything like that. However, I just feel personally that they've copied Apple too much, and it's a good thing for Apple users that are coming to MIUI, but for Android users that are coming to MIUI, it kind of puts us out of place into this different experience that we may not have been expecting. But at the end of the day, it does work. It's kind of better than Samsung's implementation of their own software, simply because of the app drawer just works the way it's supposed to, kind of thing. So props where props are due, I guess. Now, gaming performance. Like again I said, this phone right here, the Mi 11, comes with a Snapdragon 600 and something. This phone right here comes with the Snapdragon 870. That's just one step down from the top of the range Snapdragon 888 processor. So this is gonna bang out any games that you can throw at it. Even emulators, I've been running some 3DS emulators on this. Fam, guys, you can see the games being played in the background now. I don't really need to talk more about the gaming. It does jobs, especially at this price point. Now, about the camera. Ooh, you know, if everything's gonna be so good, like the high processor and everything, you know there's gonna be one point where the manufacturers had to cut costs, and that, for me personally, compared to the Mi 11 and the Mi 11 Ultra, that point has got to be the camera. Now, the camera is not bad. Like, let's say, for example, if you're just trying to get some content on your Twitter, Instagram, and your social media, this definitely snaps good quality pics that are good enough to go on your social media, kind of thing, without people looking at your pictures like, rah, what is going on with this guy's quality? However, from a content creator's viewpoint or a power user's viewpoint, making, you know, vlogs and stuff like that and creating content, I don't know if this is where you want to be. Like, let's say for video, for example, you're maxing out at 4K 30 on the main sensor, 1080p 30 on the wide angle lens, and on the front facing camera, you're maxing out at 1080p 60 frames per second. Now, I guess that's okay for a little vlogging here and there, but most people will want more than 1080p. Just gives them more option when they're in post processing. However, what I can say is when you're editing on this phone, because of that big boy processor, it does cut through a lot of the editing workload very easily. So at least that is good for power users. You've also got support for an external microphone as long as you have a USB-C to 3.5mm adapter, and that support works in the stock camera app. So whether you're, you know, doing a front-facing video kind of thing, or you're doing a rear-facing video, you can get a little tripod mount, get your microphone on there and connect that to your phone for better audio quality. So it does have some kind of content creator vibes going for the camera thing. And then of course you've got all the usual suspects up in the camera app, like your portrait mode, you've got your vlog mode, panorama mode, night mode, slow motion, time lapse, them kind of tomfoolery stuff right there. Now guys, battery life has been a bit of a mixed bag with this phone, for me specifically. Now I'm used to always getting 6 hours, 7 hours plus of on-screen time, but with this phone, when I first got it, I was getting 4 hours to 5.5 hours. Now, I made some changes. I've still got the 120 Hz refresh rate on, but I've switched to dark mode, and that has dramatically increased my battery time from 4.5 hours, 5.5 hours to 6 hours plus consistently. Not sure what the non-dark mode is doing, but that's what I've had to do to get the battery life that I want. So yeah, this phone puts me in a weird position because it's like, it's not really the phone for people that just want a calm, casual, cheap phone to play with. This is more a phone for power users that don't really want to spend £1,000, yeah? Power users that want top of the line processor, but don't necessarily want to spend £1,200 for a Galaxy S21 Ultra. People that still want to do stuff, they want to make content, they want to do stuff like that. This is that phone. Obviously, Poco is not well known outside of this little tech group of people. Like, if you're watching this, I guarantee you probably know your tech already and you know about your phones. However, if you say Pocophone to someone, they're gonna say, well, what is that? And that's why they can get away with putting all this stuff into these cheap phones. But yeah, nah, I really like it. It's kind of where OnePlus used to be when I got the OnePlus 3, and it was all this cool tech crammed into a cheap handset with love. Anyway, Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. Subscribe and like, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bless.